If you are in business, no doubt you have worked with a large portion of young people in their 20s who are eager to make a name for themselves. These individuals are part of the generation known as the millennials. They were born between 1980 and 2000 and are in their teens to early 30s. If you are doing business with or employing this group, you should know how they think in order to be effective. First, you should know that by 2020, they will represent 46% of the workforce. That's almost half of employees in the coming decade. How they are affecting the future of business is the focus of this presentation. Even though you may be older, don't treat them like kids. They have been out there challenging themselves since very early on. They set the bar high for themselves, so you should too. Believe in their abilities and foster them. You will be rewarded by their unique ideas and viewpoints. They have an idealistic vision of the future they intend to create. A hard truth about millennials is that idealism does not come cheap. They are the most educated of all generations and the farthest in debt. Many of them have master's degrees but haven't been able to find a job in their chosen field. Consequently, many live with mom and dad well after graduation. What's their view on jobs? They have grown up witnessing mass layoffs and corporate scandals. While employment is increasing, they are the most underemployed age group at over 20%. In response, many of them have started their own companies with focus on collaboration, not competition. This is Jenny Lewis and Drew Elric, co-founders of Strike Brewing Company. Jenny started out as a home brewer after college. Drew had a similar interest, so they got together every Friday night and tried new recipes instead of going out. Jenny got her MBA and focused on writing a business plan to start a brewing company. The next generation of brewers are bringing a fresh approach to the brewing world. They are open to bending the rules and experimenting to create zany new flavors. Tradition is great, but they won't follow strict guidelines. They want to band together to change the industry for the better. The brewing community is very much a collective power and team-focused on improving our craft rather than competing for market share against one another, says John Carpenter, the 30-year-old brewmaster at Golden Road Brewing in Los Angeles. The family we build within and outside our brewery walls can't be matched in almost any other industry I know of. This is Neil Blumenthal, co-owner of Warby Parker. His company sells eyeglasses with a twist. The money they save by selling online and working directly with manufacturers goes to donating eyeglasses to the needy in third world countries like Guatemala. They distribute one pair of free eyeglasses for every one sold. Initially, millennials want to be mentored. They are naturally eager to try new things and explore their world. They tend to cut their teeth in companies for a few years until they understand the ropes and then go out on their own. They almost always have a mentor in their field of interest who has inspired them. Here's a tip. To inspire a millennial, give them an assignment to complete on their own. Let them be creative and decide the parameters, but make sure you set a deadline for them to meet. I met up with these girls in a cafe. They were building a business website for an online startup and having a great time. The most important thing to remember when working with millennials is that they have strong independent spirits. They want to innovate and influence their world. They grew up being told they could do anything they set their minds to by their parents. If you try to stuff them into cubicles and adhere to rigid corporate standards, they will head for the hills. This is Brad Hall, age 26, currently an art director at Disney. He explains his career choice as follows. I make ads because everything else was just boring. Before joining Disney, he was an intern at Young and Rubicam and then an art director at Leo Burnett, working on McDonald's, Kellogg's, and Nintendo. The new office is anywhere with Wi-Fi. This generation is used to a media-rich Wi-Fi environment. Business can happen virtually anywhere. As a matter of fact, it happens faster online because they are always on and mobile. Consider how fast Facebook and LinkedIn have become communication hubs for like-minded groups. Millennials are teaming up to tackle big issues. These young entrepreneurs are going after sectors that are in desperate need of reform, such as healthcare and education. Nathan Sigworth's company, PharmaSecure, is a software and technology company working to improve global public health using mobile phone technology. By now, you get the idea that millennials are nonconformists. They take after their boomer parents as a generation who wants to change the world. If you want your millennials to work effectively, put them in teams and tackle big issues for your company. You'll be surprised at how innovative they can be. Victor Wong is the CEO and founder of PaperG. His company automates local web ad creation using an asset collection algorithm. They create customized banner campaigns in seconds. Low-cost efficiency like this has effectively put big ad agencies out of business over the last decade. Karina Portundo is a senior strategist at Big Spaceship. She has already emerged as one of the strongest voices and natural leaders. Her innate sense of how to create concepts and platforms that work for brands has brought them resounding success. This is Salt and Straw in Portland, Oregon. This so-called farm-to-cone ice cream shop is a millennial magnet. They make small batch all-natural ice cream with sustainable ingredients. Millennials have an obsession with unusual flavor combinations like strawberry balsamic cracked pepper. The line went out the door. No matter what role you play working with millennials, remember to leverage their adventurous spirit and desire to try new things. Keep an open mind and allow them to express themselves. Don't try to mold them, but foster them. They are the future of business.